I used alcohol to block a lot of things out. Couldn't accept a lot of things, especially family. And it seemed to get me through it, but I knew in my mind that it was starting to become an addiction. After another broken relationship, split up from a family, that's when it did start to take its toll. Because I knew that that's what the problem was. Anyway, lost my job, family was gone. Who did I have? The person that never says no. Or the thing that never says no. The bottle.
I was needing a drink every morning just to get myself sorted. I was hiding drink in the house so that I had drink for the next morning. And that was when I really knew that it was becoming a problem.
I was a man that had to get into a hospital and get 16 pints of blood put in. And I remember the doctor taking me around the ward and showing me all these people, and they were all different colours. Through alcoholism, they were all different colours. You know. That big doctor was speaking to you before I went away, and he says, "Listen, Danny, if you go back out there again and lift another drink, you'll be back in here in the morning." I says to him, "No, not me here. That's me. I'm sober, you know. I'm going to stay sober." I was in there for about 2 weeks. And every year after I came out of the hospital on the way back home, I was sitting watching the telly. And none of my family's speaking to me at this time. I was sitting watching the telly and I looked at the dog. He said, "I think I'll take the dog out a walk." Went down to the corner, went into the old sales, got a carry out, went up the park and sat. And the following day I was back in that hospital through alcoholism.
It was about 20 odd years ago when I first thought, no, this is killing me. I cannot take this anymore. And it was killing me, totally killing me. It took away everything that I ever loved, everything I ever cared for. Took it away, the demon drink.
To me, there was no way out to actually get recovered. I didn't even know about this place at all. Definitely wanted to get rid of alcohol and get back to a normal life because mentally I wasn't coping with it in the end. And I knew I had a problem, but I was just basically denying it all the time, you know.
I knew if I hadn't stopped drinking, at the end, I was going to die, like some of my friends have done. And I've seen people, when what I can do was, on my own, I was down and out, I was basically finished.
When I was in Renfrewshire, I never opened my curtains for 6 years. I was ashamed of myself. I even turned my mirrors back the way because I didn't want to see myself. I was that disgusted with myself. There's one thing that I remember to this day, which I'll never forget. It's like a tattoo in my brain. My mother met me in the street one night coming out of the pub. I hadn't washed, I hadn't been clean. I had literally a beard, reeking of alcohol. And my mother said, "You're a total disgrace to the family. Get your life sorted." I never saw my mother for months after that. That was the hardest and worst thing I ever went through. One time I came home, my daughter opened the front door to the flat. My mother and my father packed a suitcase. They didn't even want me coming to the flat. I just picked the suitcase up, turned around, walked out the post, and I went back to Germany for another nine years.
I knew that I had hit rock bottom. I was coming from house to house, hanging about with all the old alkies, and I just lost her. Didn't care. In my mind I thought, if I go, who would miss me? Who would care? That alky rat, who cares?
My marriage broke down, I lost my wife, I lost my son and my daughter's confidence in me because of my drinking. I actually lost my son, he was only 23 when he died.
When I stopped drinking, it was bad, really bad. Sitting in a house and nobody talking to you. And my daughter tailed me down to an AA meeting on a Saturday night, because she knew if I would have went down, I wouldn't have went in. And I went into that meeting, and I was sitting, and I was rattled, I was shaking. All I wanted was a drink, but I knew I had to put the effort into this, because I wouldn't take drink again. Sat at that meeting on a Saturday night. When I got through the Saturday night, I felt no bad, I knew I had to go and get treatment somewhere else. So I came away up to Dykebar. I got taken into Dykebar and I stuck that out, for 3 months. And it got me better, I've got to say Dykebar was one of my places that I go to recovery.
The reason I wanted to stop drinking seriously was, and I've never told him this before in my life, one of my best pals had been sitting next to me, and unknown to me had said to see me. And I had went in a bender on him for about 3.5 months solid. And I remember the paramedics coming to take him away. I thought he just took all the alcohol. But he told me the night before that he'd slipped and fell in a bit of glass, and it poisoned him. And when the paramedics took him away, I got up, he had a unit in his room with a mirror in it, and I looked in it and I didn't see the same person. It was upwards 6 years ago. I was a wreck. I seen somebody else, I seen an alcoholic. And I thought, I need to do something in my life here, because the bottle's going to beat me. Got an appointment with the APC at Dykebar Hospital. And I remember the first time that I went in the front doors, and I looked round about me. And at this point I was still in denial. And I seen everybody sitting in there, and I thought, I'm the one of them.
So I actually went to see my doctor, and my doctor told me straight that if I didn't take the chance to come up to Dykebar Hospital and get sorted, there was nothing he could do for me. So I took the chance and come up, and it took me a couple of weeks. I actually was referred to the hospital first, but I didn't think I was ready for it. So I was actually quite apprehensive about it, because the actual hospital got a bad name for itself, but it wasn't the hospital, it was just people, saying, about attending Dykebar.
I was getting sober in hospital. They were taking me into hospital, drying me out, detox, whatever, keep me in for a few weeks, let me out, and I was back on it again, back on it. Suicide attempts, numerous suicide attempts, cutting the wrist, hanging myself, you name it. I tried them all, done them all, but just by luck that I came out the other end. So I was drinking and drinking and drinking. And it was my own doctor I went down to him, that's what it was. I went down to see him, and he says to me to sit in the waiting room. And I sat in the waiting room, and then a taxi, what do you call it? An ambulance arrived. My 2 doctors sectioned me into Dykebar.
So I began to drink Friday to Monday. I would wake up on Tuesday and these feelings would still be with me. And then I began to drink on Tuesday. This was over a gradual length of time. Then before I knew it, I was drinking every day of the week. There were no intervals. And I was drinking, then I was getting sacked from my job, and I was steadily going downhill. And I could see it happening, but I didn't want to stop because I didn't feel I had a problem. I think I could still not control it. And then it was just getting worse. The panic attacks and the anxiety levels were sort of kind of really getting worse and worse. I wasn't eating. My mother and father died. So I was being my lonesome. And I lost my job again through alcohol. I was at the post office, and I wake up early, obviously, so you couldn't get up. And then after that, it was just a gradual deterioration in my whole lifestyle, the whole physical, total. Friendships lost, family lost, everything lost. And it was just me and my drink. That was what became the most important aspect of my life. It's all I could think about for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, was alcohol. That came first. Nothing else mattered. Alcohol. And then I knew what was happening. I knew I was in trouble, and I still couldn't stop. I still couldn't see a way that I could live without alcohol. But then things sort of kind of really were getting bad. I was just drinking with anybody and tapping anybody, and I couldn't get any lower. And I decided, this isn't me. I was a decent person. I was kind of normal. I was just an ordinary guy who just lost his way, and just this drug alcohol got a grip of him. And I decided I've got to try and stop, because I'll not see, I'll be dead.
I done the programme, done the detox, and I fooled myself. I walked away after 26 days. When I was on the bus coming back down the road, I thought I was cured. But if you're an alcoholic, you'll know what I'm talking about here. You get a monkey in the back. I had one, and I was battling with my demons. Demons being, just go back to it. That wee voice there, that voice. Man will be alright, man will be fine. And I did there. I just could not overpower that voice. And as soon as I took that air drink, that was me. But I swear ban again for another 1.5 years, constant. I mean, I'd been in the hospital with seizures in that period of time. I tried to come off alcohol too quick. Tried to detox myself. And I would say that I could have died through it. But anyway, I was admitted to the REH, and I was in for 2.5 days, and the demons were still there. And what I done was, when I was hooked up, drips, and needle in the back of the horn. thought I was flying. My mate had planked my clothes in the toilet in the ward, and I ripped the needle out the back of my hand, put my clothes on and walked out with the visitors. And God knows how I got home that day. But I got home and my sister went crazy with us. She says, Rob, how did you get home? But anyway, she whipped me back up to REH. I was in for another 9 days, came back out again. But I swear, man, I just couldn't battle it. It was too tough, too hard. The addiction was bad. Anything that I'd ever experienced in my life. And I've been through a lot of tragedy and all that. But this, I just couldn't. That was too much for me. And it was affecting my mental health, my physical health. So I thought, I need to go back and see my doctor again.
When I did come up to start with, I still had the thingies about wanting to go for a drink, and even one of the times after I come out for here, for actually seeing the nurse and what have you, I went for a drink because I just didn't think I was ready. I think that's why I relapsed. There was a bit of guilt there because I relapsed as well. And then having to actually come back up and face the people, you know, you thought you were letting them down as well as yourself, because they're rough or good, you know. They helped me with, you know, my relapse, and they helped me to get over that.
See, if I stopped going anywhere, I talk to anybody, I'm going out in the street again. I know I'll have to drink again. But be coming up here, it stopped me from drinking. It's a better life. It's a better life today than I had 16 years ago. 16 years and I'm sober, and I've no touched the drink.
I took a drink once up at my brothers and I used to go up to my father's and my mum's funeral, the grave. Used to go up there every year to celebrate them. And my brothers always took a wee sip of whiskey each and poured the rest to my dad. You know, that was a half bottle. That was a done thing, going on for years. My dad died 20 30 years ago. That was what happened. I used to be able to take a drink at Wareham, right? But I'd been sober for about 9 years at the time, and I was up there with him. And my brother's taking a wee sip, passing it. He gives a drink of that. He said, "Oh, don't you be stupid." They wouldn't listen to me. I said, "Look, I'm your older brother. Give me a drink of that." And I went like that, club, poured the rest there on my father's grave. My brother says, "Right, come on, we'll get down the road." He said, "I'll give you a lift down." I said, "No, I'll just walk." Because I knew what I'd done. And that was battling in my head. What have I done? How stupid can you get? How stupid can you get? See, the time I got to my path, my house in Canal Street, I was thinking, I need another drink. And I went into off sales. I bought a bottle of vodka, and that was me. I done my detox, and before I left there, I asked them to put me on the interviews because I didn't trust myself out there without the interviews. And I'd been in interviews in the past, drunk on top of it. If anybody's listening to this, don't do it. It's a mug's game. You can't do it. I was ill. I nearly died of a heart attack because I drunk on top of it, right? So it's a mug's game. If anybody says to you, "Oh, I drunk on top of it," no, they're liars. They're liars. Because their hospital records would prove that nobody, no way. You're lucky if you come out at the other end.
At the time, there wasn't much out there, there wasn't much help when I first stopped drinking. There wasn't any, you come up here and that was you were away and that was it. and you're left to your own devices, and which wasn't very good. So I would buy drink, and I would watch it. I would sit on the table and I'd watch it, and I would look at it, and I would have a conversation with myself where I would say, if I drink that, it's not going to make me any better. It's going to make me worse. It's going to make me want more drink, and the downward spiral will just continue again. And I might not have another recovery in me if I did it. I say, so is it worth it? And I was weighing up the pros and cons. And the pros were just says, nah, I'm not touching it.
Towards the end of my first detox, I didn't want to come back into society because I was scared of what was ahead of me. And then, so when I left the unit, I was quite happy to actually come back here because this was like a godsend. You know, I knew I had somewhere to go. I was focused. I was on anti-abuse. Yeah. But as I say, I was at a young age, and you know, the doctors say you couldn't drink, and I was that sort of attitude. Well, you know, I'm only what was 36, 37-year-old. You know, I'm not going to start drinking at that age. So eventually, I stopped taking the tablets, and then I was on a spiral again, basically. I wasn't in the right mindset, I knew that. But I'd stayed sober for quite a while, and then whatever happened in my life, I just sort of, I had that wee chap on the shoulder saying, come on, Mike, you've been sober this long, you're entitled to a wee drink. I had the good guy on that shoulder saying, no, Mike, don't do it, you've achieved so much in your life, you don't waste it. But at the end of the day, he won. So I said, oh, I'll just 2 or 3 pints, 4 pints. I'll walk out the pub and that'll be me. That was okay for maybe 4.5, 5 weeks. And then the 3 or 4 pints went to 5 pints, then it went to 6 pints. And by that time, the money was getting low. I knew that I couldn't stop. So it's got to that stage where I was waking up in the morning. First, as soon as I opened my eyes, I'd take the big can of lager or a can of cider at my bed. And that's the first thing I went to. I didn't even have to open my eyes because I knew exactly where it was. And I'll take that first half a can, and I'll struggle with the dry bulk and everything else. But once I got that first half a can inside me, I was good to go again. And then it was just a non-stop spiral of not goodness. It was horrible. It got me again. I couldn't function as a normal human being. Alcohol took over my thinking, my way of life. It devastated my family. I'd actually been drinking most of my days. So, and it's, even to this day, it's still there, it's still in my mind, alcohol. It will never go away from me. You know, as I say, you can't get away from it. It's being posted through your door. You're walking past pubs. You know, there's people outside drinking. It's just, you've got to actually cope with that mechanism. It's never ever going to go away for you. You've got to think of a plan in your mind and keep to that mindset that you can't drink. But it's a long time up the road. You can't just do it overnight. It takes time and patience. When I eventually seen my GP again and got back into treatment, it was the best. It was like all my birthdays come at once, because I knew what was coming before me, and I knew I had to get sober.
I used to sit, when I was on the drink, me and the Doug would go up the public part and sit and drink. No, they dug me. And it was that bad. There was a big tree in the park, in the middle of the park. We used to sit under it all the time. And that's the tree I was going to hang myself with. That's the thoughts I had in my head. My life's finished, because nobody wants to know me. Every door's shut. And when I went away up one day to do that, and they cut the tree down. So I think somebody was telling me something, you know. Get yourself sober. Get yourself into the hospital, whatever it is. Stop taking the drinks. I don't need drink today. I've got a good social life today. I've got a lot of good friends today. Friends that didn't want to talk to me when I was drunk, when I was going about the streets begging money off people, you know.
I was stopped for about 3 weeks, and I would feel great, and I would go back out and drink again, thinking I would I was sort of can I be okay, because I never knew about addiction, I never knew how it worked, I never knew any idea about it at all. I just didn't know how it worked. Addiction was for other people. I wasn't addicted or something, you know. I didn't see it as I knew I was an alcoholic, but I didn't know it was an addiction. I didn't see it as an addiction, if you know what I mean, if I can put it that way. And it's only and later, when I found out, you find out about it, and it is an addiction, that's what it all came together, and that's when I sort of realised that if I can take a step back, I knew I couldn't do it myself, and after when my parents died and my father died and I was left alone, I'd made a decision then that I'm going to the doctors, and I said, "Doctor, I need help." And he sent me up here. They referred me up here. This was 17 years ago. And I'd never heard of this place. Obviously I'd heard of the hospital, but I'd never heard of the alcohol problems going to the APC or nothing like that. And when he sent me up here, it changed my life completely. Day one, I was doing what I was told. I'm going to classes. I stayed for everything, and the soberer I got, and the help I got was really, and the support was tremendous. That it encouraged me. The more I was becoming sober, the more the head would start to clear, and life began to have a meaning again, instead of the desperate, miserable existence that a drunk alcoholic, that person, myself, was living. Because it's two different people. It was a new start, and the road to recovery was in that way. It started the first day I come up here.
They say that you get worse before you get better. It's true. That is very true. But if you can handle detox, you can handle life in a sober way. I've gained, in the past 6.5 years, trust in people. I know people take that for granted, but I don't. That's special to me, because when you're an alcoholic, people don't want to know you.
I come to the group on a Thursday, and it's all the guys that's all get the same problem, and we kind of bounce off one another. That's, you know, it's really a good group. If it wasn't for the group, I think I would probably, I don't know where I would be, I would probably still be drinking. But the group's really good. I've got another group that I go to as well. That's every Monday. And we've even got a walking group, and that takes up your time as well. So we go every 2 Saturdays, and we pick a walk, and we go to the walking group. It keeps you busy as well. It's got a carpentry group. I made a bird box. I never thought I would see me doing that.
I couldn't stop, I wouldn't go back out there again, you know. Because I know what's out there if I want it. I know what's in here if I want it. And I take this. This is a winner. You're a winner if you come up here. You're a winner if you admit you're alcoholic. That's all you need to say. I'm an alcoholic. And you'll get all the help you want.
Accept it. Talk to somebody about it. See that men's group out there that you're talking about, are in here. They're the best guys. Best thing since sliced bread. I'm not joking. See when I come into that group on a Thursday, I feel there isn't another world out there. There's a men's group, and that's it. That's what's important to me. If one of you guys want to talk about someone else, I'll talk about them, but at the same time I think, this is your group, you know, and that's what it's all about. That's what we need to get across. To other people see that there's life after drink.
I've got used to going out and meeting people and doing things and being active. That's the best present you could ever have. You can't sit indoors, you need to get out and communicate like this.
I was asked to get involved in other things, like started up with the recovery cafe, tried that, I've volunteered for that. I thought I could maybe try and put a wee bit back for what I've not been given, the support I've been given. I'll try and help so people like myself. Then when I've done that, it was so I kind of enjoyed it, and it's helped me. It's got me up out of my bed during the week and just gave me, it's like a, even though it's volunteering, it's like a job. It's given me a sort of structure. You've got up, you do this, you do that, you do that. You get home, then you've got a sort of kind of certain responsibilities again. Like, people are relying on you. You know what I mean? You've got to be there and do this and do that. It gives you a sense of worth, you know, in what you're doing and trying to help other people that are maybe starting out in their journey. If I can help them in any way I can, that's all good and well.
I'll tell you, see if I've got anything that's bothering me. I can go and see any one of them. Any question that's rattling about my head that I can't understand or answer myself, these guys are there for me. And that's precious to me. Because if you've got friends that are recovering alcoholics, then they've got the perfect understanding of what you've been through. And the feeling's mutual as well. These guys sometimes are the same. And that's why they all operate. And it makes it a strong, solid group. I wouldn't miss it for the world. And at the end of the day, it's alright saying you go through detox and rehab and all that stuff, but where do you go after that? You need support. You need support on the outside. You need somebody to lean on that will see you through it. Say there's a light at every tunnel. There is. People there to help you. Advice is free of charge. And have been an inspiration.
The experience waking up sober is the greatest feeling in the world. You get that and you can jump out of bed without any shakes, thinking about drink, thinking about alcohol, where you can buy it, where you can get it. Take it up, normal, and just have a cup of tea and just go, yes, I've got it. You know, you sort of, you think you've got it cracked, that's me, that's the way I want to be. I'm back to where I was. I'm back to being me.